Hi, my love. Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be your pet reading. For the pet reading, I do the channeled portion before I start filming. So I have the notes here. It just makes it easier so that I'm not like mumbling and jumbling and like going a mile a minute. And it just it helps me gather my thoughts so the reading flows better. And then we do the tarot portion, I do it live for you. So we are going to be reading, I'm not going to give out your name, but I will be giving out your pet's name. So we're going to be reading for Hades, which I thought was the cutest name for the dog, because when I saw the picture, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's too cute. So we're going to be reading for Hades. And I have quite a few things to mention. So let's just dive into it. There were a couple questions that you were asking, and I wrote those down, so I'll make sure we pop into that while we do the reading. I'm going to put this crystal there. Okay. I had to pull a specific deck for Hades because of some stuff that's coming up. All right. So some of the questions that were asked were, is Hades our familiar? And does he have a connection to V? Okay, so I'm not going to say your name, but V. And is there anything that he wants us to know? So I wrote down those questions because that's what I'm going to tap into when I'm doing the tarot reading. But part of those answers are coming through in the channeled portion. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say is that Hades has a lot of anxiety. Like a lot of nervousness. Okay. So that was kind of the energy that I was feeling when I was looking at his photo and just reading the email and tapping into him. I was feeling a lot of anxiety, energy, and it's almost like it's misplaced. Like he doesn't know what to do with it. The other thing that I was seeing is that he has a very, very deep purple aura. Okay. Almost so purple, like plum. I don't even have anything to show you that would like mimic it, but it's so deep purple that it can also look black. And that's what kind of worried me a little bit about him, because I feel like he's so in touch. And the fact that you named him Hades is because you were literally connecting pretty much to his aura. Like you felt it, you knew. So you named him Hades for a reason. That was for a reason. And so his aura is purple. It's purple, but it's so dark that it looks black almost. I mean, you could mistaken it for that. And I'm not worried about it. I just feel like it can be worrisome because I feel like if he's not cleansed enough, that's where the anxiety is coming from. Okay. So what I was also saying is that he's a medium with the spirit world. Okay. So as soon as I read that he bites and he like kind of gets nervous for no reason, I automatically heard spirit say he sees us. Like he's a medium. Okay. He's a medium. If dogs could talk, he would be giving spirit messages to you, right? He sees spirit and he senses it for sure. Most animals do, okay? But for some reason, it's very active with him, okay? And I feel like the name has a lot to do with it. I was almost getting that sense that, like, I don't think spirit would make that mistake, but I was getting the sense, like, this is what I was thinking was like, oh, maybe spirit hears that his name is Hades, and maybe that's why they're all so attracted to him, because Hades was the god of the underworld, right? But that's kind of being a bit crazy, like, that's a bit much, but it could be, okay? So I'm not saying, like, you got to change his name or anything, because it's very fitting for him being a spirit, like, he senses spirit. But that was one thought that I had. But I don't feel like that's it. Okay. But I am just saying what I sensed. But I did put, he needs a cleanse of his, sleeping space and a crystal grid. I don't know. You probably are into crystals. Okay. But this is a black tourmaline. You can get them in tumbled form. You can get them in really tiny pieces. This is rather large. I have a bigger one somewhere, but you know, you can get them small. And I would say 4, okay? Because to me, 4 is the number of stability. And I was told this when I was purchasing black tourmaline for my house, is to put one in each 4 corners of the room or the 4 corners of the house or the foundation of the house or whatever. So I'm passing on that advice to you because I feel like it's very necessary for him, because he is a spirit communicating dog. He senses it. And I feel like he doesn't know what to do with it. And so it scares him sometimes. And that's why he gets nervous. And I feel like for him, it's sometimes maybe he doesn't know that the reality versus spirit. So he sees you, but he's also seeing other things. And maybe that's why he snaps and he bites, because he doesn't know what's real, what's not, right? And that's where I was getting that sense if that's where the anxiety is coming from. So I don't know where Hades sleeps. Does he have his own bed? I'm assuming if he does have his own dog bed, I would not put the stones in the bed because you don't want to risk him eating it. But I would put a crystal grid around his space, okay? So let's say like this room, let's say this was the room for my cats. I would make a crystal grid. I would probably put one in each 4 corners of the room if I had a shelf or somewhere high up where I could put it so the cats wouldn't play with it. But you could also make up a crystal grid. So pretend like these are 4 black tourmalines. You could put one in, as a square, and then maybe you could put keep it in a little bowl or a plate or something up on a shelf. And it's just, you're setting the intention for him that's his space. Now, if you can, some dog beds, you can open the zipper and, you can actually pull the stuffing out of it to clean it, to clean it. So you can actually maybe slip in, you don't have to do 4 of them if you're going to do that, but I would say get a tumbled one and slip in a tumbled black tourmaline in his dog bed. So it's there, but he doesn't have access to it, so he doesn't accidentally swallow it. Okay, that's what I would do. But as always, use your guidance, what you feel natural. But that's my advice. Black tourmaline is a protective stone. It's probably one of the best ones for protection, especially against negative vibes. And that will help him, okay? And it's also one that needs to be cleansed because it does so much on the daily basis. So constantly cleansing your crystal. You could place it out under the moonlight. You could place it out in the sun for a little bit. You can light incense and do a smoke cleanse. Whatever feels natural. You could stick it in a bowl of salt. I mean, whatever you want to do, but cleansing it will be really good, especially if you're actively using it, okay? So there's that. And then I said positive validation, that you can see what he is guarding. That, okay, he needs positive. This is what I feel he was saying for you. I need positive validation that you can see that I'm guarding your home from spirit. So Hades acts as a protector from the spirit realm. He's constantly seeing things, and if he sees one that he doesn't like, he's going to bark or cry or make it aware. It's almost like when dogs hear the doorbell and they go crazy. It's like that. He senses the doorbell, he hears the doorbell, he's going to make it aware, okay? So validate that. Give him praise for those little things. You don't have to do it every single time he cries because you don't want to confuse him thinking he should be crying, right? But I would say on a daily basis, maybe before he goes to bed, pet him and give him love and tell him thank you for protecting our space, Hades. Thank you. You know what I mean? Something like that. Don't give him positive validation if he's negatively barking, because then you don't want him to think that that's okay. But he is a dog. Dogs bark, And then I also wrote, he help him out by doing monthly or even weekly cleanses of the home, okay? So if you live in your own space with him, give the entire space, or if it's just a bedroom in the house and you don't want to go in and cleanse the whole house, you could just do the bedroom space, the space that he occupies. But do him a favor by cleansing that energy. I would say on a weekly basis, but at least once a month. Okay. So just like we clean house and we make everything nice and clean, do the same with energetically. You can do a cleanse by buying sprays. So this is sage spray. Okay, so I buy this one on Etsy. You could buy sprays. I like them. They're easier and it's better for the animals rather than lighting smoke, right? So you could spray the house. I like to spray the four corners and then also say a prayer, or you could, just recite like, I banish all negative energies from my space, whatever you want to say. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You could light incense if you want to. You can light some sage if you want to, but I would say because of the animals, the smoke isn't the best idea. It might be uncomfortable for him. So I always say the sprays are way better, but that's just my opinion. I do smoke cleanses though, but I try not to do it all the time. So cleansing your space, help him out. Because by doing that, you're making the space more comfortable for him and he's not as anxious. Okay. And then also light a candle to see the energy of your home every week. I feel like you need to do that. I feel like there's a lot of spirit that comes around the house. Just like any space. I have spirits in my place right now. Some of us see it, some of us don't, right? But I feel like you need to light a candle. So I'll give an example, like the candle I have lit here. That light a candle. And I recommend buying, you could do the small candles like this, or you could do like I like to buy from the Dollar Tree or the dollar store, the religious candles, or even the plain white ones. Light it, set the intention that, you're asking to see, for the energy of the house. You're lighting the candle. Pay attention to how fast it lights, the flame. Pay attention to the glass, how dirty it is. Is it dirty or is it clean? If it's dirty, if it comes out black, right at the end when it's done and it's black and dirty, I have a candle video. I'll link it in the description box for you. That's how you can see the energies of your home. You set the intention prior to lighting that candle, and then you lit it, and then you're paying attention to it. Once it's completely done, if that glass is black, you need to cleanse the house. Okay. If the glass is clear and it's clean, you're good. But that's going to be a weekly or a monthly thing for you to know. How is your space, especially if Hades is sensing spirit, especially if you're having these anxiety attacks that he has, it'll be helpful for him. Okay. So do your part by cleansing your space, especially if you have a lot of people that come in and out of that house. Because you don't know what energies those people have. You don't know if they just had a bad fight prior to coming into your home and then they brought that energy, So do him a favor. Help him out, start cleansing the space, and you'll probably see a lot less anxiety coming from him, a lot less outbursts. Those nightmares that he wakes up having, those are from seeing spirit, okay? And he just doesn't know what to do with it. So it's just, you got to help him out just a little bit, okay? So the deck I pulled, I feel is so fitting. This is the Oracle of Nightmares. I just felt like it was too perfect for him, so I'm going to pull from that. He came into your life for a reason, okay? You named him Hades for a reason. Everything is connected. I just feel like it's connected. The fact that you're asking the questions, is he a familiar? Is he meant to be in our life? Like all of that, yes. The fact that you're asking that question is because you're sensing it. So trust yourself. We have the Chariot. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Ace of Swords. He's there to help you move forward from something. Is he there? Did he come into your life to help you move on from something? Because that Chariot card is making me feel that way. To move forward from the future. Was this something that you were heartbroken about? Is there something that you needed help? You needed a companion? Is he literally physically helping you get through the day? Do you suffer from depression? Those kind of thoughts. To me, the Chariot card is movement, but for me, it's for you, because the two of Wands, he's facing the Chariot and he's holding the globe, and to me, it's like the desire to see what else is out there. But usually, the Two of Wands is a little bit fearful to explore and expand because he likes his comfort zone. He likes what he's familiar with. But I feel like because we're looking at the energy of Hades, he came into your life to help you. The other thing that I'm seeing is that Ace of Swords. Like this is the communication card, right? This is spirit. This is air energy. So Hades is very much a communicator with spirit. Okay. He's there to help cleanse and help you actually be proactive to cleanse your space and to get more involved with that. Maybe you dealt with spirit as a young child and you have fear of it. Well, Hades is here to help you get through that. Okay. We have inertia, we have repression, and we have possibilities coming up for Hades. So definitely with the repression card, I feel like the repression to me is kind of like he wants to do things. He doesn't have the confidence to do them because of his fears. He has fears. He has limiting things. The possibilities there with the possibilities card coming up to me is like he has the ability to expand. With that Two of Wands, he wants to see what else is out there. He wants to go outside. He wants to go on a little adventure. He wants to go a different route on walks. But he's so nervous. And I think it's nervous because any new place he goes to, he's seeing new spirits. He sees the same spirits in the house all the time where he sleeps with you. But when he goes to the park, there's new spirits there. When he's going to a friend's house, there's new spirits there. Do you see what I'm saying? So to him, I feel like it's almost like it gives him anxiety. And maybe that you're noticing, maybe you notice him acting out more when you take him to places he's never been. If that is a thing, like if you're if you're saying yes, that's true, that's why, because he's seeing spirit that he's never seen before with the withdrawal card. And then we have the regrets. So to me, it's kind of like the cards are kind of showing he withdraws from being social, and then he quickly regrets it because he knows it probably upsets you and it makes you worry about him. But I feel like he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. So I think by you validating him, yeah, there's your nightmare card with him. And he suffers from a lot of that nightmare stuff. By you validating that what he's experiencing is okay, and you don't get mad at him when he barks, when he lashes out, when he bites, when he gets scared, comfort him instead, show him with love. I think it'll change his perspective. And then when you're actively doing what you can to get him to be comfortable and you're cleansing the house and the space and all of that, you're helping him, right? So I think you're going to start seeing things get a little bit better with time. But is he meant to be in your life? Yes. I feel like he's meant to be in your life to help you move forward from something, give you confidence for something, but also it's an exchange. You're in his life to help him too. You have the ability to be patient and to be understanding because maybe you went through some of this stuff as a little girl. Okay, so I feel like that's the gist of the reading. I feel like there was a lot of information. I hope that you were able to get it all, take it all in. You'll have this video forever. Take notes. Get him a dog bed with the zipper where you could take the thing off and put the crystal, just kind of like tuck it in there so it doesn't bug him when he's sleeping. Like put it somewhere in the corner, and nothing hard like this. I mean, this is rough. I mean, I wouldn't want to lay on this. But if it's like tumbled, if it's small, and if it's flat, even better. And that won't bug him. But don't put it where he can get it, because you don't want him to eat it, right? But I feel like he needs something. And I feel like this is going to help you too, and it's going to grow your spirituality. So, beautiful reading. I love it. Please give Hades my love. And thank you so much for trusting in me to do the reading for you. If you have questions or if you want feedback or want to give me feedback, please send me an email. And I wish you all the best. Give Hades all my love. And anyone who's watching the pet readings, I will be adding them to the website today. I'm going to do it after I'm done with the readings. So if you want to book one, you can do so by going to my website. Until then, I will talk to you guys later. Bye, my loves.